Hello and welcome back to another episode of InstaBlinks. My name is Brian Graf, hosting this episode, and today I have Alex Bunday with me, who is the OpenSearch Product Manager from NetApp Instaclustr. Alex, welcome to the show. Go ahead and give us a little introduction of yourself.
Thanks, Brian. I'm really happy to be here. My name's Alex. I'm a product manager for OpenSearch on the Instaclustr Managed Platform. And I've been with Instaclustr by NetApp for about 2 years. Really enjoying it, and excited to have a chat today.
Thanks. So the reason for doing this episode actually is because we've had a few big announcements this last week, and I'm hoping that you can maybe expound on those just a little bit. Monday, September 16th, there was a big announcement that went out around OpenSearch. Can you maybe tell us what that is and what that means to all of the listeners?
Yeah, so we're super excited. The OpenSearch has been transitioned into a new governance model. It'll be moved into the OpenSearch Software Foundation, which sits within the Linux Foundation, which obviously is a non-for-profit foundation, which will focus on keeping OpenSearch open source and growing and innovating into the future. The reason why this is such a big deal, OpenSearch has been maintained and administrated by Amazon Web Services since 2021. And they've done a really good job of getting the technology off the ground, building a community around it, and really getting features released and getting stuff out there. So yeah, but under this new model, the time has sort of come to move it into an open source foundation like the Linux Foundation, and that's what they've done, and we're really excited about that because it means that we can really be certain that the future of OpenSearch is in safe hands for the future, and it guarantees that it remains open source, which is good for everyone.
That's awesome. Yeah, so in terms of, developers and contributors and others, you kind of alluded to it already, but does this mean that there's going to be the ability for more people within the community to contribute to this than it was before, or does it really just change who's fully in control of this?
Yeah, I think the answer to that is probably yes. Under the AWS model previously, obviously it was still open source, but AWS sort of held the keys as to what could get released. Under this new model, it will be a truly open source, so anyone can contribute. The project will be governed by a board of members made up from different organizations who have different sort of stakes in the OpenSearch story, and we're one of those, so we're really excited about that as well. Uh, but I think overall, what we'll see is more people contributing because what you have now is sort of this trust that's built that this is going to remain open source, and contributors know that their contributions won't be sort of proprietized or private sourced. Really making sure that everyone's collaborating, and I think we'll see the volume of contributions really picking up as a result of that.
That's great. So maybe we step back now that we talked about the announcement. And for people that maybe aren't really aware, let's talk a little bit about what OpenSearch actually is, and why it's important to us at NetApp Instaclustr.
Yeah, OpenSearch is a fully open source Apache 2.0 licensed search and analytics software suite. So its primary use cases really revolve around search, enterprise search, which it's primarily built for, and it's part of the name, of course. But we see our customers also using it for a range of different use cases, including logging, observability, security, analytics, and more recently with support for AI and ML workloads. Um, and I think what sort of differentiates it from the market is that it's really committed to an open source model, whereas we've seen other applications such as Elasticsearch kind of turn away from that model. So I think that's why we're all in with OpenSearch. Obviously, with our platform being fully open source technologies, we're right behind OpenSearch as a technology.
Awesome. And you mentioned Elasticsearch there. For those that maybe aren't aware, what are maybe some of the key differentiators between using OpenSearch, for example, and Elasticsearch?
Yeah, what I usually try and focus on kind of what they do the same to start with, because they really are. Their OpenSearch was forked from the Elasticsearch code base in 2021. So really, at their core, they're the same thing. And really, there's not much. There's very very little that you can do in Elastic that you couldn't do on OpenSearch. So OpenSearch has put a lot of work into getting parity with Elasticsearch, and so that's why I always tell customers, if they think, maybe we can't do this particular thing with OpenSearch, to definitely look into it, because there's not, as I said, there's really not much that you can't do with OpenSearch that you can do over on Elastic. So, but I think in terms of the differences, as I sort of already said, the Elastic model that they've turned towards is sort of a more privatized model. And OpenSearch obviously is sort of more committed to staying with the open source model, which has really worked for it. And I think for customers sort of weighing up the two, if open source is really important to you, if you don't want to be sort of locked into a technology vendor, then OpenSearch is going to be a great option for you. So I think that's the main sort of differences. Yeah.
Awesome. So for us at NetApp Instaclustr, we do run managed OpenSearch, right? So for anyone that wants to give this a try and hasn't yet, you can go over to instaclustr.com and sign up for a free trial and deploy OpenSearch. Give it a try. We do a 30-day free trial, no credit card required. And you can give it a shot and see, what you think of that. We also have a bunch of other services and technologies in there as well that you can piece together and build your entire architecture of your applications from right there within the Instaclustr console. That being said, Alex, anything else you want to add to this? Any other plug for OpenSearch on Instaclustr, or just anything else you want to say here?
Yeah, I think that, as I said, for customers potentially using OpenSearch already, or if they're weighing up using it, we have a number of great enterprise features that we've sort of laid on top of the sort of base application. So things like network load balancer, private link, there's SSO integration, and there's a whole bunch of built-in OpenSearch features as well that can really benefit enterprise workloads. So yeah, if you're running OpenSearch at scale, I definitely recommend checking out our managed platform.
Awesome. Alex, thank you so much for your time today. For everyone that's still here with us, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day. Bye-bye.